Why no bang? Yeah, no, bang, bang, bang. We're good. Okay. My bad. I forgot that when I change my inputs that it fucks up all of my mics on every single platform. And since I low-key haven't streamed in a minute, I low-key haven't streamed in a while, it kind of fucking meant that I was looking at my shit, bro, and it was like UFC 312 was the last time I streamed, bro. It feels like it's been so long. It feels like it's been so long since I streamed. But I decided that I'd fire up because I meant to fire up on Sunday, but I can't remember what I was doing on Sunday. There was a big reason why I did not go live on Sunday. And then on Saturday, obviously, because my sleep schedule is, I'm trying to have it good. My sleep schedule is going to be good for the next 9 days. I appreciate the membership, Niffy. But my sleep schedule is going to be good for the next 9 days, and then we're going to get to fuck it up again. But I just need to have it good for this competition. As soon as we're done with this competition, first of all, we're eating like shit again. Bro, I don't know how UFC fighters do it, honestly. I don't know how UFC fighters go here and fucking like weight cut. It just is one of the most horrible fucking things ever. Was good John, was good Heisenberg, was good John Wagner, was good Brudda, was good Jay, was good Amir. How are all the boys doing too? How are all the boys doing? Because that's been a minute. It has been a minute since we were fucking talking, you know what I mean? It's been a minute since we were in the live format. And I'll be real, boys. Don't let the fucking people that don't even watch the YouTube see this, or don't let the people that don't even watch the video see this. But honestly, I miss the live format a lot more. Like, I miss talking to all the boys, you know what I mean? I miss the fucking conversations with the boys more than like just normal videos. Was good Reaper, was good Tony. Yeah, no, I know I'm finally live. But bro, there was good reasons why I wasn't live. I can't remember them right now, but there was good reasons why I wasn't live. And then this week, I'm going to try, I don't know what we're going to do this week. We're either going to do a UFC 5 stream this Sunday, or we're going to do we're either going to do a UFC 5 stream this Sunday, or we're going to do, on Saturday, we're going to watch Party the Boxing. I just need this, bro, it's so fucking annoying that the UFC's on at a bad time, because I just need this sleep schedule to be good for 9 more days. And then shit, I don't know if I'm ever going to compete again. I don't know what we're going to do. It's all going to depend, because, bro, this fucking competing shit is for real. You know what I mean? I don't know how UFC fighters do it. Well, obviously, they're getting paid at the end, but like the dieting, the making weight, everything fucking sucks. I'll be real. I haven't eaten like any really nice food in like 8 weeks. Just stinks, brothers. I'm going to be real. Fuck. I typed out this shit wrong. Give me 1 sec to do all the housekeeping stuff, and then we are rolling into talk, man. Bro, this is a fight. Like, I can't believe that Dana White announced all this shit at 4 a.m. yesterday. I woke up to a fucking torpedo, bro. I woke up to a torpedo of fights like getting announced. Do we still get Max versus Charles? I think that we're gonna get Max versus Charles. I think, yeah, because I think that Ilia's. I was actually talking about this with my coach today. I was talking about do we actually get Ilia against Islam? I'm pretty sure we do. Like, I'm almost 100% sure that we're gonna get Ilia Islam. It's gonna be UFC 316. I think that's International Fight Week. It just makes so much sense, because there's nobody else that makes sense for International Fight Week. You're fighting. I have a jiu-jitsu competition. 1st of March. Cut my time out on disc to 3 days. No. You're in that 7 day. Why not watch Party Cejudo? Because I could technically be fighting at 8 a.m. my time. My first fight could be like 8 a.m., 8:30 in the morning. And that Henry Cejudo watch party is going to end at 3 a.m., 3:30 probably by the time that the last fight ends. And I'm going to get to sleep by like 3:45. If I was to do that, my sleep schedule is going to be messed up, and it means that I'm going to have to compete on 5 hours sleep. And I'm just not trying to do that. Especially when I've done all the fucking dieting. I've done all the other shit. Niffy, I appreciate the 10, brother. I appreciate the 10. My dog, Niffy. International Fight Week is 317. Is it 317? What happened to you streaming on Twitch? I used to stream on Twitch ages ago, but I haven't streamed on Twitch in like a year and a half. I just don't really like streaming on Twitch. I think that the like YouTube streaming is so much better. I just think it's so much better. I think they'll do Ilia versus Dustin Poirier. That's exactly who my coach said that they thought they was going to do. I also thought there's a possibility that they do Ilia against Arman Tsarukyan, because there's not really anybody that they could punish Arman Tsarukyan with. Maybe they could go 5-round Charles Oliveira, but I think Ilia against Islam just makes a ton of sense, and they don't want to announce that because it's too far away. Islam keeps saying he wants Ilia to fight a contender before he fights for the belt. Yeah, but when that breach comes and Islam MAKHCHEV sees that fucking check, then yeah, I guarantee you his tune will change a little bit. I know fighting is way harder, but I played a football tournament with 3 hours sleep. See, the thing is about like football tournaments and fighting, because like it's not too dissimilar, but the thing is, it's like you have 10 other people to rely on. You know what I mean? You have 10 other people to rely on if you're in a football tournament, or if it's American football, you have like fucking 40 other people to rely on. Jiu-jitsu, it's just you. It's only you. It's nobody else. Nobody else can execute the stuff that you want to do. Nobody else can do what you want to do. And it is fighting. You know what I mean? Like, you could get your arm broken, your leg broken, all of that different type of shit. You used to scream at FIFA. Are you still playing? I don't play FIFA anymore. Unfortunately, I don't play FIFA anymore. I stopped playing FIFA. FIFA's like actually a negative asset for me. When I play FIFA, I lose so much money. Like, I spend fucking €70 or whatever on the game, and then I'll spend like €1,000 on FIFA points. So I can't do it. I was addicted to FIFA points. That was my gambling addiction. I was watching 305, so I went to bed at 3. Like, pay-per-views I might be able to tough it out for. You know what I mean? If there was a pay-per-view, I might be able to tough it out for. But it's only for this week. Yeah, it's only for this week, because next week we'll be competing, and then jump the gilly for Dustin. I've low-key got a mean guillotine. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, a guillotine, if I'm standing up, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a guard puller. I don't sit there and wrestle. I just pull guard. That's all I really do. I pull guard. I go to different guards in jiu-jitsu. But I've got, like, if I'm standing up, guillotine's what I got. As a mean guillotine, you know what I mean? Who do I have, Ilia or Islam? Let's get into talking about the fight. Like, a few of the, pretty much all the boys are here now. Let's get into it. I think that this fight is not as close as what people think. I think that Ilia against Islam Makhachev will actually not be as nice as will actually not be as close as what people think it's going to be. I think that Islam Makhachev dominates him. I just think that Islam Makhachev goes out there and dominates him. The only thing that I think that Ilia Topuria, I think his saving grace in this fight could be Islam Makhachev does not look like he's as good of a finisher as we've seen in the past. Obviously, like, he did finish Ronaldo Moicano, but I think that Ilia does the very same. I think you have to go like and find an opponent that's at Ilia Topuria's skill level and see, can Islam Makhachev finish those guys. Couldn't finish Volkanovski in their first fight. There's a lot of circumstances around that. Then couldn't finish Dustin Poirier. Had Dustin Poirier's back multiple times. Could not finish Dustin Poirier. Heisenberg, you're speaking facts. Like the stream. Push it out. How long have I been training for? I've been training for about 11 months now, 12 months. I think the first time I signed up for my, fun fact, the first jiu-jitsu class I ever signed up for will be a year, like, there'll be a year between that and my competition. The first jiu-jitsu class I ever signed up for, March 1st, 2024. My first ever competition, March 1st, 2025. I should be the favorite going into it. You're just hating on Ilia. I love Ilia. I think Ilia is a great fighter. I just think that I don't see Ilia Topuria, like, if Islam Makhachev takes him down, I don't trust that Ilia wrestling. A lot of people trust Ilia's wrestling a lot more than what I trusted. I think that Ilia has very, very good wrestling. Does he have Islam Makhachev wrestling? Does he have the ability to, you know, stop takedowns? Does he have the ability to stop Islam Makhachev from actually wrestling him? I'm not 100% sure. I don't really think so. But the big thing in my mind is that I think Islam Makhachev will need a finish in this fight. I think that if it goes 25 minutes, if it goes to decision, not only could Ilia Topuria win via decision, but I think that Ilia Topuria is going to end up knocking him out. Because Islam's chin is a little bit suspect. He got dropped by Volkanovski. He obviously has his only KO loss to Adriano Martins. Like, his chin is not 100%. And with Ilia Topuria being so small and so low, it's going to be hard to shoot on Ilia Topuria. It's going to be hard to take down Ilia Topuria. And if you do try it, you're probably just going to walk into that fucking overhand. Dude, throw a party, Volk going to be champion again? I'm not sure about that fight either. I think there's a good chance that Volkanovski loses that fight. I'll be real. I think there's a good chance that Volkanovski loses that fight. I wonder if Bet365 have the odds up for any of those fights so far. Because I want to look at some of the odds on these fights, because I've seen some crazy odds on Twitter. I'm not going to lie to you. I've seen some odds on Twitter that I was absolutely mind blown for. They don't have them up yet. Bro, why did Bet365 take so long to put them up? How do I feel about Yair versus Pitbull? This is actually another one that I didn't break down. I didn't talk about this Yair versus Pitbull fight. I literally went through all of the fights, and I was like, I knew I was going to fucking miss one when I was doing my video. But this Yair Pitbull fight, I actually think that's like a super fun fight. I think that's underrated just because it kind of, like, it gets lost in the mix. I lost it in the mix when I was doing my video talking about all the fights, whereas, like, you think about all of these different guys, but I think the Yair Pitbull is actually a really good fight. I think the Yair Pitbull's a really, really good fight. And Pitbull's not a bad guy to be inside the UFC. He's not a bad guy to, you know, contend at that 145-pound division. I think he could be okay. Ilia isn't the defensive juggernaut Volkanovski was. That's what I think. And I think that Ilia Topuria is a little bit more open in terms of like, he is small. He has that same kind of body type that Volkanovski has. I'm not sure if he has the same defensive capabilities that Volkanovski has, and I'm not sure if he has the same training partners. Like, I think that Craig Jones was a huge thing in Volkanovski doing so well in that fight. I actually think that Craig Jones was one of the biggest parts of Volkanovski doing well against Islam Makhachev, and why I think Volkanovski can do well against Diego Lopes is Craig Jones, because he's just such a fucking unbelievable grappler. It's like having I'm trying to think of a comparison, like a Dimitri Bivol. It's like having him as your boxing coach, you know what I mean? It's like he's one of the best guys on the planet right now. Right now, Craig Jones is one of the best grapplers on the planet. It's like having him in your corner. Like, you're going to be so much better. And Craig Jones is able to replicate all those different styles of grappling super well. Hyped for Morales versus Burns. Let's really see how good Morales is. They're honestly, like, most of the time you see a lot of fighters get softballs, you know what I mean? A lot of these guys coming up get softballs. At 170, they've started to realize we have too many prospects. Let's really let the real dogs eat, you know what I mean? Let's see how good these guys are. Because if you look at, like, if Gilbert was it, or not if Gilbert, if Michael Morales, if Carlos Espadas, if they were at 205, if they were at heavyweight, even if they were at like 55, these guys would probably get a lot easier matchups. They're getting thrown to the wolves. These are both not great matchups. Carlos Espadas gets a stand-up tested by Jeff Neal. Gilbert Burns going up against Michael Morales. Like, that's going to be a tough fight, man. That's a tough fight for both guys, especially that Michael Morales-Gilbert Burns fight. Like, I think Gilbert is legit, man. He's fucking unbelievably good at grappling, at least. His striking is, not great. What's good, Neil? Do you think JDM has a better chance against Belal than Shavkat? No, I think that Shavkat's a worse matchup for Belal than JDM is. I still think JDM's going to beat him, even though I'm pretty sure I saw that JDM's an underdog. Boys, I'm telling you, I'm going to hammer that money line. I'm going to hammer the shit out of that money line. Figgy Sandhagen was announced headlining UFC Iowa. I did see that. I'm not sure about that fight. I think that it's probably just going to be Sandhagen's going to smoke him. I'm surprised that it wasn't like Sandhagen Piotr Jan or something like that, to be honest with you. I think that's a bit of a step down for Sandhagen. But it should be a decent fight at least, and that's like a good fight night. You know what I mean? That's the type of fight night match that. That's the type of fight night fight that you look at and you're excited to see, because there's some of them, bro. I think it was like last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, when I didn't do the watch party. I was like, I'm not exactly too disappointed that I'm not doing a watch party today. Balal is winning, bro. Don't do it, please. You're gonna go broke. Balal, there's no way Balal beats JDM. I just can't see it, bro. In my head, it just does not make any sense. It does not compute. Like, everything points to JDM winning that shit. Read my chat, please. Torres Finney versus Robert Valentin on the Emmett Murphy card on April 5th. Torres Finney, I do see a lot of people talking about him. I don't want to be, and I know there's a ton of people that are like this, where they're cult heroes, and I just shit on them. It's like Shamil Gaziev. So many people like him, bro, and I just shit on him. Robert Finney, I just feel like Torres Finney, I just feel like he fucking stinks, man. I just feel like he's not that good, you know what I mean? He's not that good of a UFC fighter. Yes, does he have a funny body type? 100%. But I think he's more of a meme rather than anything else, and I'm not sure if that's exactly what he wants to be in MMA. Balal's takedown threat won't allow JDM to get his combos going, but I think JDM's takedown defense is good. Like, JDM's takedown defense is not bad at all. I would have said the exact same thing that you said if he hadn't fought Gilbert Burns. If he had fought a striker and then they throw him into this fight, like if he had fought Ian Gary or something and they throw him into this fight, I'd be like, we need to see JDM if he's getting wrestled. But we've seen JDM escape, get wrestled, have good takedown defense, able to throw combinations. I think there's a real chance that I think that JDM probably beats him. If they make Charles versus Max, who does Armin fight? I think they probably let Armin sit, or who would they have Armin fight? Because you don't want to give Armin Dustin. Like, that's just a terrible matchup for Dustin. Dustin's done too much. Do they give him maybe the winner of Gaethje Hooker? Do they give him the winner of Gaethje Hooker? They might do that shit. They might low-key do that shit. Yeah, he has a Shamil type thing going, yeah, where like a lot of people like him, but I just can't get on board with that, bro. I can't get on board with the meme fighters. They're making Ilia Charles. Is that confirmed? Because everything that I heard said Ilia Islam. All of my sources, you know what I mean? Although I don't have that many sources, I do have some sources. They all said that it's going to be Ilia Islam. Reyes versus Krylov prediction. I don't want to see Dom KO'd again. That's such a fucking nothing fight. It's unbelievable. I'm going to go Dominic Reyes, but honestly, the amount of like brain space that takes up in my head, because I'll be real. Like Ilia Islam, Volkanovski against Diego Lopes. Like these are not predictions where I think to myself like, let me do this little spin the wheel and pick out who I want to win. These take up a concerning amount of space in my head. These take up a concerning amount of my day-to-day thinking about how I think that these fights will go. But that one takes up nothing. I'm going to go Dominic Reyes. I'm going to say, fuck it, why not? Ilia moving up will mean he'll be way quicker and sharper than Islam. I don't know if that's exactly true. I actually don't know if that's true. Yes, he doesn't have to cut as much weight, but he's also going up against some big fucking guys, bro. Like, the guys at 55 are huge. They're so big. It didn't look like Ilia Topuria had a huge weight advantage on Volkanovski. I'm actually going to look up. I just want to picture them, like, standing side by side to kind of see the weight difference, because if he's the same size as Alexander Volkanovski, why does this not work? Why are you not working for me? Give me 1 second, boys. 1 second. Let me fix this. I don't fucking know. Display? Yeah, this one. No, why are you not showing me a display? Oh, that's not the one, man. Fuck it. We'll do this one. Bang. Okay, so Ilia Topuria against Alexander Volkanovski. If I want a little side by side of them. Like, they're pretty much the same size, you know what I mean? They're pretty much the same size. They're not too far away from each other in terms of size and stature. This is a good photo. This is a good photo to kind of see, you know, like, Ilia is a little bit taller. Volkanovski is probably a little bit bigger. This is him at 45. Like, Ilia doesn't look super weight drained here. Ilia does not look like he's super small here. And then let's pull up Volkanovski against Islam Makhachev to see how they looked. Like, Islam is so much bigger than Volk. It's not even funny. Islam's so much bigger than Volk. Like, look at them when they're just standing beside each other. You can see there's a big difference. There's a big time difference in terms of how big they are, how much they weigh. And that's Islam when he actually, like, steps into the cage. That's when he's, like, I don't know, full bodied. I don't know how the fuck you describe it. But he looks huge. Like, he's so built. Niffy, I appreciate the 5, brother. For me, it's purely a consolation prize that Islam will become the GOAT, and the story of MMA will be even the GOAT can lose to a punch. Yeah, that is kind of tough for Islam Makhachev. He would have a lot more aura if he didn't have that loss. But I just think that, like, Islam's so much bigger. He's so much bigger than Ilia Topuria that it's going to be tough for him to lose this fight. It's going to be tough for him to lose this fight. Islam is bigger, but the lighter man's skill. See, I would agree with you, but Islam's also, like, the best mixed martial artist on the planet. Like, I don't think that there's anybody right now that's probably more skillful than Islam Makhachev. And that Darce is serious. His Darce isn't really a Darce. It's just a modified neck crank. Like, the Darce doesn't even exist as a submission. It's actually not a real submission. But that neck crank is crazy. The neck crank is crazy. When he locks that shit up, like, there's a lot of people that are tapping to that because your own neck's going to break. Like, it's not like a neck crank is a nothing submission. Your neck's actually going to break if you don't tap to that shit. Prediction for Zellhuber against Elvis Brenner. That's a fantastic fight. That's an undercover fantastic fight. There's a lot of them. Sean Woodson going up against Dan Ige. That's an undercover fantastic fucking fight. Volk is also wider and stockier than Ilia. Volk ragdolled Islam in the clinch in round 5. Islam will not only be way taller than Ilia, but also more jacked. And I think that, see, this is my problem with kind of comparing those Volkanovski Islam fights. Fuck me, bro. That's gonna make my tongue just die whenever I'm talking about Ilia versus Islam. Yeah, Ilia versus Islam. I have to make sure I said it right just there. But the thing is, in the first Islam Makhachev Volkanovski fight, Islam was not Islam. You know what I mean? He comes in super weight drained. He does not look himself. And he still went out there and won the fight, but it was a bad performance. Second fight, feel like you can't judge that much. Volkanovski came in short notice. Volkanovski didn't look like himself. So it's hard to judge, but for me, I just think Islam Makhachev is so much bigger. He's so much bigger. It's not like that the skill difference is huge. I seriously don't think there's a big skill gap between Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria. There's a huge power gap, but Charles has power. Dustin has power. Dustin arguably has better boxing than what Ilia Topuria has. There's an argument there to say that, you know, like, they're definitely in the same tier. Dustin Poirier and Ilia Topuria are definitely in the same tier when it comes to boxing. And Islam probably outstruck Dustin Poirier in that fight. Islam has no hands. No, Islam definitely has hands. Islam definitely, you know, he's got good boxing. He's got good kickboxing. Does he rely on the wrestling to set some of it up? Yes, but he definitely still has really good boxing, really good kickboxing. A lot of lightweights were former featherweights are fought in that class, like Dustin Moicano, Hooker, and Oliveira. True, but also all of those guys were big at 45 in terms of height. You know what I mean? Like in terms of how tall they are, in terms of their build, in terms of how long their arms are. I really don't believe that Ilia is actually that big of a 45er. Like when you see him step into the cage, even when we see him Josh Emmett, like let me just look up this Josh Emmett Ilia fight. Like he does not look that much bigger than Josh Emmett. In fact, Josh Emmett almost looks bigger than him. Like if I pull this shit up, bro, Josh Emmett almost looks bigger than him. Where you see them together, like there's definitely not a world of difference in between how big they are. Let me try to find a good photo. Yeah, here we go. Here's a weigh-in photo. Like let me pull this across actually. Let me go here. There's not all that much difference here, boys. There's not all that much difference here in terms of how big both of these guys are. And when they step into the cage, this is even a better photo. Josh Emmett's probably bigger than Ilia. Like Josh Emmett's actually probably bigger than Ilia. Should mandatory natural weight classes be implemented in your opinion? Yes, but it's just impossible to implement them. Like it's just so difficult to implement a mandatory weight class, whereas like the only way that I could think of them doing it is that you're weighed 365 days of the year, or not that you're weighed. Well, yeah, actually probably could do it. That you're weighed 365 days of the year, and the only way to do it would be to get someone. See, I don't even know how the fuck you do it, because you'd have to like there's always going to be shenanigans, you know what I mean? Or you're going to have like a USADA type organization that goes around and just weighs you. That just weighs you like once a month, twice a month, to make sure that you're not like cutting a shit ton of weight, and to give you a benchmark where you can fight. So like Alex Pereira walks around 235, 235, 235, 235. You can't fight less than 220. You can't fight less than 225. You know what I mean? If that's what he's walking around at. He kept getting MAKHCHEV returned and back taken because he kept exploding, whereas against Islam he was more composed. The reason Dustin was more competitive against Islam than Khabib is because leading up to the Khabib fight, Dustin said, I need to game plan the scramble. That was such a shitty game plan. The scramble against Khabib, I feel like you're almost never going to win it too. Like those high-level wrestlers, bro, those high-level wrestlers are just different. Like when I roll with high-level wrestlers in the gym, it's like rolling with a completely different person than someone that does jiu-jitsu. When you come from that wrestling background, their strength, their squeeze, their grips, like even just when they hold onto your head, like their collar ties and everything, they're so heavy and they're so fast on like scrambles. I feel like the way to beat guys like Khabib, the way to beat like pure wrestlers is full on jiu-jitsu guys, is like Charles Oliveira. And I know that Charles Oliveira didn't beat him, but that archetype of just like pure elite jiu-jitsu would probably be able to beat wrestling. It would be hydration tests. Yeah, but apparently hydration tests don't even work. You know what I mean? Like hydration tests don't even actually work compared to like, because we see it in one a lot. I know that one do them, but compared to like an actual normal weigh-in, I'm pretty sure it's the people that don't cheat hydration tests that actually fail. Because there's a thing about like, you can drink a load of water and then cut weight, or like, there's technology to bypass it. There's technology to bypass it, so you always pretty much piss clean. I've watched videos about it. Look at their weight cut picks. Let me see this. But like, Ilia Topuria weight cutting is not too bad either. I'm just going to go weight in instead of weight cut, just because it makes more sense. Like, Ilia does not look that small when he's weighing in. Like, he looks okay weighing in. He like, don't get me wrong, he's cutting. He's 1,000% cutting. And compared to this, fuck me, there's actually a huge difference here. But like, Ilia Topuria, he doesn't cut a humongous amount of weight, I don't think. This says 27 pounds. The problem is, for this 27 pounds, what does Islam Makhachev walk in at? I know in his last fight it said that he walked in at 181. I don't think he walks in at 181. I just don't. I think he walks in probably at like 190. Close enough to 190. Khabib isn't as good a wrestler as Gamrot Arman, as his singles and doubles out in the open were pretty sloppy, but his pins and mat returns and his ability to ride you from the back, pause, was his jam. Also, that fucking little pass he does that everybody copies now. All the little wrestlers copy his little pass now where he stuffs your legs in between and like holds onto your legs. I fucking hate that pass. It's so hard to deal with. I think Topuria fights Dustin for Dustin's retirement fight. If Dustin had beef with Dana White or something, you know what I mean? If Dana White and Dustin have beef, maybe that makes a lot of sense. But apart from that, I don't know why you'd give Dustin that fight. I think Dustin's probably going to get... That's actually a good question. Who does Dustin fight? Let me pull up the UFC rankings really quick. Who do I think that Dustin Poirier is going to fight? Let me go rankings. Let's look at 55. Who could he fight? Holloway, Dustin Poirier wouldn't be a terrible fight. Like, in my mind... Arman, no. Charles, no. Justin's booked. Holloway, no. Dan Hooker's booked. Chandler's booked. You're not going to give him Gamrot. You're not going to give him Dariush. You're not going to give him Moicano. You're not going to give him Fiziev. Yeah, so it's probably like his only real options are probably Holloway, Oliveira, Armin, and because he did say he's got fight news soon, right? He said he's got fight news soon. Unless he's going up to 70, maybe even 70 doesn't really make sense. Unless it's him against like Colby, maybe. Who do you boys think that Dustin fights? Who do you boys think that Dustin fights? You think Islam walks in at 178, at 185 to 190? I think that Islam gets in there pretty big. They had Islam at 178 and Moicano at 181 on Fight Night, but I still feel like Islam looked bigger. Yeah, I don't know when they do that. I don't know how they do that. I don't know when they weigh them in, but Islam definitely looked a lot fucking bigger. It's Dustin's last fight. It's going to be Max, Trilogy, Ilia, or Diaz. Nate Diaz coming back would be kind of crazy. Ilia against Dustin. Topuria does kind of make a little bit of sense. But then we have to look through and think, what's International Fight Week going to be? Like, who's going to be their fighter on International Fight Week? Maybe it's John Jones, Tom Aspinall. I don't think so. I just don't see that fight happening. It's not going to be Pereira, because Pereira's fighting in March. He has done it before, but I don't think he's going to do it again. And plus, he has no challenger. So it's not going to be Pereira. It's probably not going to be Dricus, Hamza Chimaev. That's going to be a Saudi fight. It's not welterweight. It could be Islam against Ilia. It's not going to be featherweight. It's probably not going to be Merab. He doesn't have the juice to headline International Fight Week. And it's not going to be Pantoja. So who else do they have? It's pretty much only lightweight or heavyweight that it could be. And I think it's going to be Islam Makhachev. Because he defended in January and he actually has the juice to like headline an International Fight Week. Max or Charles for the BMF belt. That actually make sense. Max Holloway for the BMF makes sense. I didn't even really think about that. Max for the BMF makes a lot of sense. Because then I think they kind of want to get the BMF belt away from Max Holloway too. But Dustin's already fought for the BMF belt, hasn't he? And he lost. Because that Gaethje fight was for the BMF belt. I think it probably makes sense to go Charles, like this. If you're asking me how I'm matchmaking the 55-pound division, this is how I want it done. I want Islam Ilia. I want Armin Charles 5-rounder. I want Justin Dan Hooker's good fight. I want Dustin Max Holloway, Chandler, Paddy Pimblett. I don't hate is the fight. And then you're probably looking at like, who does Mateusz Gamrot fight? It's probably going to be Gamrot. Who does Gamrot fight? I don't know. Gamrot fights the winner of one of these fights, or Dariush if he really wants to fight. And then Moicano, probably Fiziev, honestly. Moicano Fiziev, I actually like that a lot as a fight. I actually really like Moicano Fiziev. Perfect send-off for Justin. Yeah, it actually makes a lot of sense. The more that I look through it, it makes a ton of sense. Justin can fight the winner of Justin versus Hooker. I think he wants to fight sooner than that, though. I would agree with that if he wasn't talking about fight news coming up. Imagine we get Jones, Aspinall main, and Islam Ilia co-main. That would be insane. That's like fucking... They didn't even do that shit for UFC 300. Justin or Colby? I think that Colby could kind of make sense, but I don't think Colby has that juice anymore, honestly. Unless they just want to give him a freebie. Could be Dustin. No, Dustin Connor doesn't really make sense either. Bro, every clip that I see of Connor, like, the guy's never fighting again. There's no way Connor ever fights again. I look on his fucking Instagram. Let me see if I can pull up his Instagram really quick. Actually, I can just pull up his Twitter. Probably he's fucking tweeting out the same shit. Bro, everything that I see from him is just talking, like, is just me being like, there's absolutely no way. There's just zero chance. Let me see this shit. Like, look at this fucking guy, bro. There's no way this guy's fighting again, bro. This guy's like out here in fucking Italy, chilling with all the boys, chilling with fucking doing BKFC shit, selling his cigars. Like, there is... When's the last time this guy got drug tested? There's fucking zero chance, bro. There's no chance this guy's ever fighting in the UFC again. That suit is fire, though. I can't lie. That suit is low-key hard as fuck, bro. That suit is low-key hard as fuck. I honestly think that there's more chance Conor McGregor fights in BKFC this year than in the UFC. In a way, Amir bullied you to stream. No, I did say at the end of my video today that I was going to stream. I said at the end of my video today that I was going to have a stream. I did say 9:30. It wasn't 9:30. Bro, what the fuck is... What is this tweet? Bro, also, Conor McGregor looks fucking huge right now. He looks absolutely huge. The guy, like the guy's monstrously big. I would like to see him in bare knuckle, though. I don't know. I don't know who it could be against. Like, I don't know who actually makes sense for Conor McGregor and bare knuckle, but I would like to see that shit. What's good, Anakin? Ilia versus Dustin would be a good fight for Ilia to move up and a good retirement for Dustin. Islam said Ilia has to prove himself at 155 before a title shot. But, like, who does Islam fight then? Like, unless he wants that Sarukian fight. If he's like, yeah, give me that Sarukian fight, fucking it doesn't matter that he missed weight. We can just make the fight anyway. We'll just do the fight anyway. Or it doesn't matter, not that he missed weight, that he pulled out. But, like, apart from that, there's nobody else other than Ilia. And Ilia's a big fight, man. Like, that is a big fight. Amir has aura. He left a comment and I was like, damn. Yeah, no, Amir has been trying to push me to stream. You know what I mean? He's been trying to push me to stream. And it's not even that I don't want to stream. It's just that other shit, like, it's just shit fucking comes up, man. I get busy so fast. And it's like trying to train, trying to stream, trying to do everything. It's not fucking easy to fucking put it all together. That Sean Brady fan is back. Let's talk that talk now. He beats Leon. Who's your underdog in that fight? I think that Sean Brady probably does beat Leon. I think that that's a bad fight for Leon. Like, I love that JDM fight because I think it's probably an instant path to a title shot. And I think that you're just going up against someone who, like, he should technically be the new version of you. You know what I mean? He should technically be the same fighter as you are. And it's just, are you better than the new version of you? Dustin beats Colby. Yeah, he smokes him. Islam versus Arman should honestly be next, then do Charles versus Ilia. Yeah, but they're going to have to punish Arman some way. Like, even Dana said after that press conference that Arman Sarukian's not going to get his title shot right away. Connor versus Julian Lane, BKFC. Yeah, I don't know about Connor weight cutting at BKFC either. I still didn't tell you my prediction, my bad. My prediction for Zellhuber against Brenner is probably Zellhuber. I still think that Zellhuber is really, really good. No way Leon loses that. He's Diet Belal, who had a close fight with. He's Diet Belal, who Leon had a close fight with. I actually think that Sean Brady fight was... See, but like Sean Brady's in no danger. This is actually a good question. The more that I think about it, the more that I think to myself, hold on a minute. Belal Muhammad finished Sean Brady. That's always going to stick in my mind. I was thinking, yeah, but Leon Edwards isn't going to finish him. But if you're getting finished by Belal, you can get finished by anybody. It truly depends on the Leon that we see. If we see the Leon that fought Kamaru Usman, like Leon fucking ragdolls him. He ragdolls him. But if we see the Leon that fought Belal Muhammad, what time is that card on it? Is that card on at a normal time? Because if that card's on at a normal time, we might have to fucking take that Leon money line. Let's see this shit. Yeah, it's on at a normal time. God, this card stinks too. Shauna Bannon, she was training at my gym today. No, not today, like last week. A few of the boys training at my gym now, you know what I mean? Well, not my gym. The gym that I train at, you know what I mean? Have a few good UFC level guys rocking through. But I think that the fact that it's on at a decent time, I'm leaning Leon Edwards. This is a good co-main too, honestly. This is a very good co-main. I actually don't mind this card. This fight comes out of nowhere. Gunnar Nelson, Kevin Holland, why the fuck is that on the main card? But apart from that, I actually don't mind this card. It would be a lot better if you had Jai Herbert's on this card too, Loner Kavanagh. Okay, the prelims are kind of cooking on this card too. Got a lot of Irish boys on the card as well. By the way, hello, I miss the streams. I miss talking to the boys too, Triple Threat. I miss fucking vibing with all the boys in the streams. You can't get finished by Balal. That's what I mean, man. Like, it's always going to be in the back of my mind. It probably means I can never bet on Sean Brady in my entire life. Like, I feel like that's just something that, like, you've got to be on the blacklist. If you're getting finished by Balal, you have to immediately be on the blacklist. What I think about Figgy versus Corey being announced for Iowa as a main event, who wins? I'm leaning Corey Sandhagen in that. I still think that Corey Sandhagen's good. When are you starting the Harry Fighting Championship? I need to fucking start up my own promotion. To be fair, that's something that I don't really want to do. You know what I mean? Like, Dana White's made a lot of bread from it. Dana, shit, just let me, get a percent. Let me get a stake in UFC. Let me get a stake in TKO. But yeah, no, I was actually thinking about this the other day. I was thinking about the fact that, like, I feel like every other kind of, like, YouTube type of thing, like, people that can't do it go and, like, become a YouTuber in it, you know what I mean? So, like, for NFL YouTubers, there's people that wanted to go to the NFL but can't make it to the NFL. For NBA YouTubers, there's people that wanted to play in the NBA but can't make it to the NBA. I think it's actually the opposite, at least for me, in like with making videos about the UFC, because I do not want to be in the UFC, bro. Like, I fucking hate, like, I would hate to be in the UFC. It's just not really my thing. First of all, I don't love like fighting that much. I like punching people. I don't like getting punched though. I hate the damage you take from fighting. Training camps would suck. Dieting would suck. Like, I don't know how UFC fighters do it. Big up to all the UFC fighters. Because fuck me, bro. That shit sucks. I hope JDM beats Belal. We're in the same boat, Kelsa. We're in the same boat. If Belal stays as the UFC champion for that much longer, I'm not sure how much longer I can take it. I'll be real. I'm not sure how much longer I can take Belal being a UFC champion. Hamzat Substreakis then goes for the Dana, then gets the Dana treatment and gets propelled to 205 for an easy champ fight against Poatan. Bro, I wish that there was just like a fucking website that would spit me out odds on like different fights that I could put in. Because the Alex Pereira Hamzat Chimaev fight, I'd fucking love to see the odds on that. I'd love to see the odds on that shit. Was good JX Rockets. They need to do Arman versus Islam or Islam, Ilia and June, and then have the other two fight each other. So they need to do Arman, Islam, or Islam, Ilia, and June, and then have the other two fight each other. What do you mean? So you mean the winner fights Arman, or the loser fights Arman? Extendo. Where are you getting the... Bro, where are y'all getting Figgy versus Corey and Burns fight news? I'm pretty sure that was confirmed. I saw that shit on Twitter. Let me just look up Corey Sandhagen on Twitter. I'm pretty sure that this is like full on confirmed though. MMA Orbit. I'm not sure how. I'm pretty sure these guys are reputable. Yeah, 95,000 followers, 2 following. These guys are pretty reputable, and they tweeted out the Gilbert Burns shit as well. Matt Schnell take on Jimmy Flick. Bryce Mitchell. Wait, I actually saw this earlier. I'm meant to talk about this shit, bro. So is Bryce Mitchell out of the UFC then, or is this just submission only? Like, did he get kicked from the UFC, or is this shit just submission only? What would it take to get untimed out from the Discord? Shit, don't be racist, bro. It's very simple. Joined late. Did he have Ilia or Islam? I think that Islam Makhachev is going to win this fight. I've got to make sure that that's not playing because they're going to fucking copyright the shit out of me. Is he still in the UFC? Yeah, Bryce is still in the UFC. It's just one of those submission matches. Yeah, 180-pound pit submission grappling match against Israeli prospect. That's low-key great marketing, bro. Israeli going up against someone that loved Hitler. That's low-key fucking great marketing out of karate combat. Harry is and will remain the GOAT. Niffy, you're the fucking GOAT, brother. You're the GOAT. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. I ditched work and dinner to catch the Harry 101 stream. That's a fucking real one. That's a real one. That's why you got that little fucking tool symbol beside your name. Yes or no, Harry? Belal has gotten better since his loss to Jeff Neal, but is JDM not a better version of Jeff Neal? Long story short, JDM and Neal are a nightmare for Belal. I don't know about Jeff Neal being a nightmare for Belal, but JDM is definitely a bad matchup. Like, JDM is not a good matchup. If you're picking out a matchup for Belal Muhammad, you want to pick someone... Honestly, the best matchup for him is Sean Brady. The best matchup for him is Sean Brady. Apart from that, there's not a ton of guys that I think are favorable for Belal Muhammad. Shavkat's a better striker. He's, got more of a submission threat. He's a good wrestler. He could counter Belal's wrestling. JDM's a fantastic boxer who can counter Belal's wrestling. Like, there's not a lot of people that I think Belal could beat. Chat, do you guys know when Dana White Contender Series is returning? It comes around in like August, I'm pretty sure. It's every year in August, so it's like 5 months away or something. Let's take a look at this, man. Let's take a look at Belal Muhammad working his boxing. I'm gonna pre-rate this clip. I haven't seen this clip. I'm gonna say it's a 4 out of 10. I'm gonna say it's a 4 out of 10 in terms of his boxing. Well, he just doesn't look good, man. Like, he just does not look all that good as a UFC fighter. I don't know what it is about him, man. Like, the way that he boxes just doesn't look like this left hook, okay? Let me go back and show you this left hook. This shit just does not look good. Like, this is not a picture-perfect left hook. It honestly looks like a left hook that you'd fucking break your wrist with. That just looks awful. I don't know, man. I don't trust that Belal boxing. Like, I think that Belal is fraudulent. You know what I mean? Like, he's very, very, very fraudulent for me. That Canelo boxing. Neal definitely is a bad matchup for Belal. Same reason he won their first fight super strong and 1K, taking down a far better boxer. Yeah, but I think that now it's a much better Belal than what we saw against Jeff Neal. Like, I think Belal now still beats Jeff Neal. Looks just like Canelo, 9 out of 10, brother. That's going to haunt him for life. I can't wait for Belal to get just fucking KO'd by somebody and to just have that clip play after. Took that broke Umar's hand. Yeah, fuck me. Like, bro, I don't think people realize how fucking fragile your hands are. How fragile your hands and your feet are. Like, straight ankle locks, heel hooks, all that type of shit in jiu-jitsu, bro. That fucking kills your feet. Like, my feet are so fucked up just from that. I've got so much nerve damage, so much, like, damage to my ankles and my feet just from getting fucking, like, straight ankle locked and heel hooked. Who do I have with Pradas and Neal? I think I'm leaning Carlos Pradas, but I do think that Jeff Neal's got a good chance to win that fight. Like, if you're asking me who to bet on in that fight, I'm telling you, bet on Jeff Neal. Bet on Jeff Neal, especially if he's a big underdog. How is bro hating on a UFC champ accepted? Belal is elite. I'm not going to say he's elite. Just not going to happen. If he beats JDM, I will say he's elite. If he beats a striker like that, I will say that he's elite. I just don't, like, I think that Belal's going to be one of those fluke UFC champions. I just think that I just think that's who he is. Belal will just spam takedowns to win. See, but I think JDM's got good enough takedown defense. Like, JDM's not somebody who has like bad takedown defense. I broke my knuckle in my first ever street fight, bro. Especially if you don't know how to fucking throw punches, you're gonna immediately break your hands. Immediately break your hands. I remember the first time I was ever boxing, I got like a little heavy bag for outside. And the first time I was ever boxing, like if you try to throw a hook the way that like you think that you're meant to throw it, like with like your wrist kind of bent in like that, like you're immediately gonna break your wrist. If you have any power in your hands, your wrist is just gonna snap. Leon's overrated. Leon's a fighter that has a ton of pressure on him. If Leon has a bad performance against JDM, he's gonna sink down those fucking rankings. Like he's gonna go to number 6, number 7 fast. He needs to win that fight. If he wants to keep that like lavish lifestyle that he lives, if he wants to, you know, keep his kind of reputation as a UFC champion up, he needs to win that fight, or he at least needs it to be competitive. If it's competitive, it doesn't really matter for Leon. He's still going to come out on the right side because JDM's a really, really good fighter. But if he gets smoked in that fight, bro, he's going to fucking sink down this 170-pound rankings. Like, think about all the other fighters 170. He's going to go to the fucking bottom of that really, really, really fast. I just realized Pitbull looks like Mike Perry a little bit. I want to look at Pitbull's record, bro. I want to look at Pitbull. Patricio Pitbull. Let's take a gander at his topology just to go through and inspect a few of the people that he's beat, man. Just to go through and inspect a few of the people that he's beat. 36-7, bro. His only problem is that he's old. He's very old for 45. He's very, very old for 45. Like, if you're born in the 1980s and you're still fighting, there's some, you know, there's some problems there. There is some problems there, and he was on a bit of a loss streak. Is he getting set up? Is he getting set up on this fight? Just looking at the guys that he's lost to. Like, he's not losing to the best guys on the planet. And these fights were, what, 2023? He lost to Shihiro Suzuki, who is pretty good, but he's not, like, elite. Don't get me wrong. Like, he's not fantastic, I don't think. Lost to Sergio Pettis. Sergio Pettis is a dog. Sergio Pettis is a dog, but once again, not elite. Patchy Mix, man. I want to see him inside the UFC. I want to see Patchy Mix inside the UFC. Make that shit happen. Get Patchy Mix inside the UFC. He's fucking unbelievable. Bro, both of these guys are guys that I've said that I want inside the UFC. Kyoji Horiguchi and Patchy Mix. But let's just go through who his best wins are. It's so hard to judge these guys, man. It's so hard. Like, I would have loved if he came into the UFC around here. Right around here. Right around 2018. If they got him in the UFC, it would have been sick. But, like, when you look at his losses, he's just losing to guys that have left the UFC. And, like, how many high-level guys has he really beat? Like, Benson Henderson, a guy that just left the UFC, although that was an injury, so it doesn't really count. But, like, AJ McKee didn't make it inside the UFC. Sergio Pettis couldn't make it inside the UFC. And he's beating guys that, like, were never in the UFC. Daniel Strauss, Daniel Vetchel, Emmanuel Sanchez. Michael Chandler's a great win, actually. Michael Chandler's, like, his signature win. I actually forgot this fight happened. But Michael Chandler is his signature #1 win, and he finishes it in round 1. But I don't know how well he's going to do. I don't know how well he's going to do in the UFC. Rip to people who bought tickets for London thinking JDM Leon was going to be a banger. Yeah, that is kind of fucked, actually, for people who bought tickets to London. What's good? It was good. MN Gamer. To be fair, in that Sergio fight, he cut down to 135 for some reason. True, that was dumb. That was dumb. I hate that, bro. I hate going down an extra division. Like, is there any instance of someone going down an extra division and it actually being successful? Has anybody ever been successful in the UFC by going down an extra division? Like, I literally can't think of one case. Literally can't think of one case. Who you got? Matsumoto versus Funk? Give me Jean Matsumoto. I think I had him on my prospect list. I think he's a fucking dog, Jean Matsumoto. I also think Sean Woodson. A lot of my prospect list guys are fighting very soon. Because Sean Woodson, Rob Font, a fight that went super under the radar, because obviously there's a lot of bigger fights that got announced, but bro, that fight's fucking sick too. Like, that's a really, really good fight too. Pitbull too old to be in the UFC right now? I do agree. At first glance, I thought it was Mike Perry. Nah. Layup for Yair. I think Yair does kind of deserve a matchup like that because they have just been giving him straight up wrestlers. I think it's going to be a fun fight. I think it's going to be an entertaining fight. I'm not sure how skillful the fight's going to be. Jose Aldo's been successful moving down. That is actually true. He hasn't been ultra successful, but he has he has done it pretty well. I think only Aldo, but he's from the Ice Age when nobody cut weight. Yeah, I wonder. I'd love to see what Aldo was walking in the cage at. Maybe that's how he lost to Conor, because Conor was cutting weight, Jose Aldo wasn't. I think Paddy holds down Michael Chandler for 25 minutes straight. Michael Chandler's too explosive to get held down. He could do something stupid. He could like walk himself into a triangle or walk himself into an armbar or something like that. Like he could do something dumb, but I don't think he's that stupid. Well, no, he is that stupid. I think he might just be explosive enough to get out of it. What do you honestly think about the Tom Aspinall John Jones fight? Like realistically, do you think John will take the fight? And if not, what's next for the heavyweight division? It's a good question. What do I think about the fight? I think that it's the UFC's fault it's not happening and not John Jones's. This is the way that I've always thought about it. If you're going to pay me $25 million to fight Stipe Miocic, you're going to have to pay me $50 to fight Tom Aspinall. So whatever he got to fight Stipe Miocic, which I'm guessing would be around 2025, I'm guessing John Jones does not fight for less than $25 million, less than $20 million at this point. He brings in so many pay-per-view buys. It's in New York. It's in MSG. He's going to have everything like that on his contracts. He's going to have a stupid amount of pay-per-view points. So you're going to have to pay him $40 million. You're going to have to pay him $45 million to go fight Tom Aspinall. And I don't think that the UFC are willing to do that. I really don't think that the UFC are willing to do that. And the UFC have not built Tom Aspinall up enough to a stage where that fight makes financial sense for the UFC to do it. So I think it really is the UFC's fault. I don't think that we're going to see the fight. I just don't see it happening. And if not, what's next? What's next is probably Gane against Aspinall. No one really cares, but Cyril Gane against Aspinall is what's next. Who are my future champions? Who are my future champions? At what division? At what, like, where? Who? How? Yair might get a title shot after this, knowing Dana. Yair against Diego Lopes would be a fucking sick fight. That would be a sick fight. For all like 10 seconds that it lasts, that fight would be super, super fun. Dana's still saying Jones versus Aspinall will happen? Yeah, of course he's going to say that shit, though. I don't trust Dana, man. I don't trust Dana. Even before 307, I was a big Luigi over Mario guy. Cannonier went down, had success. That is true, but Cannonier was just fat. I feel like that Cannonier blueprint, like I wish Cannonier was a champion at 185, just because it would lead more heavyweights to go like, I got a stinking heavyweight, but I could be really fucking good at 185. But of course, heavyweights don't do that because they just want to eat like shit, which honestly, after doing like my own little fight camp, after doing my own little weight cut, I can kind of respect it a little bit more. I kind of respect that heavyweight grind a little bit more, where like you don't want to weight cut, you don't want to get in shape. I appreciate that, Owen, brother. I appreciate that, cheat. Joshua Van versus Race Roya, another banger. Another banger. You're low-key coming with some heat, Messi. You're low-key coming with some heat. You're coming with those kind of under-the-radar fights where I'm scrolling through Twitter. Like the type of thing where you're scrolling through Twitter and you just look at it and you just go like, ooh, yeah. Like that's a banger. Like you just know that it's going to be fucking fire. If both Pitbull and Volk win their fights, Volk versus Pitbull is a possible title fight late in 2025 to 2026. Lol, who would have thought? I think Pitbull probably needs like 2 or 3 fights before he gets the title shot. Maybe 2, actually. Maybe 2. If he beats Yair and then goes on to beat like Moves or someone, I could see him getting it. But other than that, it's going to be difficult. Do you think Tom would KO John if he fights at 235 or 250? Both of those weights can be disadvantages for John. 235 too light and 250 too slow. I think 235 would literally be the perfect weight class for John Jones. Like I actually think that 235 is the perfect weight class for John Jones right now. Because I think at heavyweight he's just too fucking, like, he's not jacked enough at heavyweight. He was a middleweight before. That's also true. So there is a few fighters that have kind of gone down and had a little bit of success. Imagine if Ty versus Jones happened, brother. There's a fucking alternate universe. There's an alternate universe where that fight actually happens. Future champions of your favorite division doesn't matter. Future champion of, let's do 170, Ian Gary. Izzy should go up and fight Yuri. A fight that would be kind of sick, bro. I think hot take. If Alex Pereira goes up to heavyweight Israel Adesanya could do real damage at 205. Islam Adesanya could do real damage at 205. I ditched my grandma's funeral just to catch Ari's stream. See, that's having your fucking priority straight right there. That's having your fucking priority straight. Izzy should go up. Pitbull is a big name. I don't think he's actually that big of a name yet, though. Especially among UFC fans. He's a name that UFC fans probably recognize, but don't know that well. Honestly, just had gotten in love with Aspinall and just want to see him fight. Seems unstoppable. Want to see him go into deep water and show he can do it all. He says he always trains for 25 minutes. He says that. And he probably does train for 25 minutes. But see, the problem is at heavyweight, I don't know anybody apart from John Jones that will actually take Tom Aspinall into deep waters. I just don't think that there's anybody that exists. Do you think Merab should go down to 125 or up to 145? I think he should stay at 35. I think Merab's got a great thing going on at 35. I honestly think that Merab's got a great thing going on at 35. I don't think that it makes that much sense for him to go up or down a division. You know what I mean? Like, I think he still has contenders. He's still getting pay-per-view points at 35. And I think that he doesn't cut a shitload of weight. It's not like he's huge for that 135-pound division. I think that he probably cuts like, I don't know, not that much, but he probably walks around like 160 or something. Thoughts on UFC 313? Thoughts on UFC 313? Ankalaev versus Alex, your prediction. Both back-to-back. So I'll answer it both. I think that Alex Pereira smokes Ankalaev, and I think it isn't close. I think it's not close at all. I'll go a little bit more in-depth on UFC 313 on the Alex Pereira-Ankalaev fight this Sunday. This Sunday, I'm probably going to do a video. Oh, no. Not this Sunday. Next Sunday, I'll probably do a video about it where I'm talking about like the biggest talking points or whatever I'll talk about going into that fight. Pantosha's going to mog Merab Chuskas. Also, what happened to that Pantosha Kai Kara France fight? I saw that Pantosha and Kai Kara France were meant to fight at UFC 314, but is that fight just not happening that now? Like, is that fight just not coming together? Merab is too reliant on strength to have success at 45. I think that those 45 is going to KO. Diego Lopes is going to KO. Especially if Henry Cejudo's giving you trouble. Like, if Henry Cejudo rocked him, Diego Lopes is going to send that guy to the fucking stratosphere. It's off that fight? Okay. I think Aspinall has shit cardio. He said he never runs or sprints and only spars. Well, I hope that's not true because I don't really run or sprint. I only just roll in jiu-jitsu and I feel like my cardio is okay. But then again, for MMA, you probably do need to run. I'd be surprised if he doesn't run or sprint. I'd be surprised if he doesn't do like the assault bike or something like that. Pantoja said Kai Kara France not next in an interview. Brother thinks that Pantoja decides who he fights. If you're at 125 or you're not a champion inside the UFC, you don't decide who you fight. Who was it that said it yesterday? Who was it that said that shit? Oh, Dreekis was talking about Belal Muhammad, where he was like, it's funny because Belal Muhammad thinks that he decides who he fights. Belal Muhammad thinks that he could go up to 185. The UFC are never going to let him do that. It's like the UFC decide who Pantoja fight. Who do I have, Song Yadong or Henry Cejudo? Give me Song Yadong. Robert Whittaker versus Imavov. I don't think they'd make that fight. I think that Imavov probably sits for a title shot, honestly. I look drained. Well, it's because I just, I haven't like eaten shit in like 6 weeks, 7 weeks. So of course I'm going to look kind of drained. You can find tons of videos of Aspinall running and sprinting. Okay, that makes more sense. The bantamweight division looks so fun right now. So many good fights that can be matched up. Merab is just a star. I loved him before, but I always thought he's a boring champion, but now he's entertaining. I do think that Merab's kind of boring, and would I rather see someone else as a champion? Yes, but I don't hate him right now as a champion. Like, before I hated him as a bantamweight champion. Now, I definitely don't hate Merab as much as I hated him in the past. Imavov versus Kaya Bryan, that would be a banger. That would be a banger, bro. This middleweight division is just so stacked. Like, you have Dreekis going up against Hamzat. You probably need... Damn, Kaya Bryan's the 6th ranked guy in the division. I would have thought he would have been like 4th or 5th. Who's Kaya Bryan fighting next? Does he have a fight announced? I think he does. He have a fight? Why aren't you eating? Gotta make weight somehow, brother. Gotta make weight somehow. Dude, food is one of the greatest things ever. Trust me, brother. I know. As soon as I'm done, as soon as I've made weight, I'm literally, well, as soon as my competition's done, I've been thinking about this, boys. Actually, I've been thinking about what to eat. I'd appreciate some suggestions from the boys. I've got like 3 or 4 things in my head that I'm going to eat. Cookies are one. There's a place that does these exceptional cookies that I'm just going to have to eat. Like, there's no way that I can't eat these cookies. There's a place that does fucking unbelievable donuts. Like, unbelievable donuts that I'm going to also have to eat. Actually, no, I'm going to look it up. I'm going to show you them all. We're going to go through all the shit that I'm going to eat. Did This is a place in Dublin that does these kind of cookies, brother. Like, let me tell you, they're dangerous. They're real dangerous to the, to not having blubber. Then this place, another place that's dangerous. Offbeat donuts. They do some fucking incredible donuts. Like some of the best donuts you've ever tasted in your entire life. This donut over here, unbelievable. It's like an Oreo donut. It's just unbelievable. I'll pick out the ones that I get. Let me find the ones that I get. I'm just looking at this one now, bro. These are fucking fire. I'm not gonna lie to you. This donut fire as fuck. Red velvet. Oh my god, bro. This one hits. I'm not gonna lie to you. This one hits. Let me find the other ones. They do a pistachio. The pistachio might be the best one ever. The pistachio might be the best donut I've ever tasted. I'm not even trolling. And you guys, like, you boys don't know how much I love food. You boys don't know how much I fucking love food. Who's up next for 125? I think it's going to be Kai Kara-France against Pantoja. Digi Pereira only started camp yesterday. I was so confused about the day before. That can't be true. He fights in like fucking 3 weeks. He only started camp yesterday? What the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. When are you going to your competition? My competition is March 1st. It's March 1st. Brownies are my favorite treat. I love donuts. I love cookies. And then I love like actual like food. Like, let me look up this place. I've forgotten the name, but that's how long it's been. White Rabbit. Fuck me. I just looked up White Rabbit instead of the actual restaurant. This place, unbelievable, bro. Look, this is the corn dog. This is the corn dog that I talked to you about. This corn dog is fucking one of the greatest things to ever grace the earth. I'm not even trolling. It is one of the greatest things to ever grace the earth. It's just beautiful. The food is beautiful. We're gonna eat a shit ton of food. We're gonna eat an absolute shit ton of food. Alex is probably in camp year round. Food is goated way more than Amir. Nah, that's low. It's low-key Charlie's fuck. You know this motherfucker's never been outside of Dublin. I'm well traveled. I've been to Thailand. You motherfuckers ain't been to Thailand. You motherfuckers ain't really like that. You know what I mean? You think Topuria should automatically get a title shot or maybe fight a couple guys first? I think he should get the automatic title shot. This is actually the video of the corn dog, I think. This is the corn dog right here, brother. It hurts me to look at it and not be able to eat it. I'm going to show you a video of it because that's like fucking 280p. Are they showing the weird corn dog? Show me the good one. Yeah, this is the one. I don't know whose TikTok this is, but brother, let me fucking tell you, this shit is insane. You see that cheese pull? Ooh. I don't know who the fuck that is, but brother, let me tell you, this food is just something different. This food is unbelievable. White guy in Thailand, hashtag did eat now. That's crazy. Amir Moggs Juru. Just do a mukbang? I might have to. What's your record in jiu-jitsu? It's 0-0. This is my first ever competition in jiu-jitsu. I've been to 6 continents. I've been to 3 continents, actually. I've been to Canada. I've never been to America. I need to go to America, bro. We're going to end up going to America very soon. America is going to be very soon. Because you know what I've been watching a ton? I'm not sure if any of you guys, anybody in here that cuts weight or anybody in here that dies a lot or anything, when you like cut weight and when you can't eat like shit you want to eat, you just dive into food reviews. The amount of Dave Portnoy pizza reviews that I've watched in the last month, I've probably watched 250 plus. Like I've probably watched 250, 300 plus. I've watched a lot of, I'll be in Naples in March. I'll be in Milan maybe sometime in March, April. Good luck, Harry, my goat. Shit. I appreciate that, Niffy. Does anyone else find Alex trying to shoehorn his way into the John fight annoying? I haven't really seen him trying to do it that much. Is he doing it that much? I'm calling it Alex versus Dricus will happen. I think the Dricus Alex is going to be like, that would be an unbelievable fight. And hot take, I think Dricus is a favorite going into that fight. Are you going to do a gaming stream soon? I'm going to do a gaming stream this Sunday. This Sunday, I'm going to do a UFC 5 stream. I'm going to do UFC 5. The boys, if you have UFC 5 downloaded, you're getting a smoke. I've heard a lot of people talking a lot of pish posh. I've heard a lot of people talking a lot of shit, saying that, you know, so-and-so's going to be better than me, so-and-so's better than me at UFC 5. I'd smoke you on UFC 5. You're not good at UFC 5. Like, you're just all lying. And I think I'm cooking people on UFC 5. Harry, stream your fight. I'm not sure if I'd be able to get the connection to stream there. That would be kind of cool, though. To have people actually watch it. I might record it. I'll probably record it anyway, and we can go back. We can do VOD review on myself. Watch him not stream on Sunday. I'm not gonna, like, unless there's something majorly going wrong, I'm gonna stream on Sunday. And next week I should be able to get videos up more consistently too. Well, actually, probably not. I'm probably gonna train a lot next week. Bro, it's like, in the lead up to competition, I feel like you have to train. You know what I mean? That's kind of why my upload schedule has gotten a little bit dodgy, where it's like video every 2 days, like not uploading as often as I want to, because I've just been training. And when I'm not training, I'm just watching fucking jiu-jitsu instructionals. And I also have to keep my sleep schedule good. Like, I'm going to be in bed in like 20 minutes. I'm not going to be in bed. Like, I'm not far away from sleeping at all. Whereas usually my sleep schedule will be super fucked up and I'll be like, fuck it, yeah, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. There's also no reason to stay up till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning now. No NFL. How hard did that hit, boys? The fucking first Sunday without the NFL, I was like, it was like a car crash hit me. I was like there was actually a hole in my fucking heart. There was a hole in my fucking heart where there was no fucking there was no NFL on it. Literally just fucking ripped the shit out of me. By majorly wrong, he means stubbed his toe. No, that's crazy. Yeah, like, sometimes shit just goes wrong. You know what I mean? Sometimes shit just goes wrong. What do you think Izzy should do from here? I think Izzy should, I don't know, maybe retire. I don't know what Izzy does. He probably just takes fun fights. Like, he probably takes a Strickland second fight. He probably takes, you know, a Robert Whittaker fight. He probably takes a lot of fights like that. Lucas said UFC 5 was bad without even playing it, so I returned my copy. I never got the game. I was going to make a video about UFC 5 like a few weeks ago. Literally a similar type of video. But I haven't played it enough, so I'd just be going off other people's opinions. I'd just be like parroting what other people have said. How do you watch NFL as a non-American? I've literally never watched it as a Brit. I just kind of get into, like, I just love sport. So if there's sport that's on, I kind of, like, I always watch the Super Bowl because I feel like Super Bowl is like a global event. You've got to watch that shit. But apart from that, like, I played a lot of Madden. A lot of my friends like the NFL too. A lot of my friends like American football. And it's on such a convenient time. Like 6 p.m. on a Sunday, you're doing nothing else other than sitting down and watching the NFL. Izzy versus Hamzat. Who would win? Hamzat smokes Izzy. I will be there for a UFC 5 stream. Love you, mate. Been watching you for a long time. Cheers. I appreciate that, Anwar, brother. I appreciate that. I appreciate the love. I'm starting to get tired now, though, boys. I'm starting to get tired. I'm not going to stream for that much longer. I'm probably going to stream for like, what, maybe like 10 minutes longer, 15 minutes longer. But we're going to do a long, like 3-hour stream Sunday. 3 hours stream Sunday. We're going to dive into UFC 5. I'm going to start cooking people. I've got a belt over to my left. I'm searching for that belt. And this is going to be like, I've had maybe 4 fights on UFC 5. I've maybe have 4 fights on UFC 5. They've all been quick fight. None of it's been ranked. So we're going to dive into that ranked situation. We're going to start fucking people up. We're going to start fucking people up in ranked. I'm an American who watches association football, the real football. I watch fucking so many sports, bro. I watch real football, American football, basketball. I watch the UFC. I watch boxing. I watch a bit of tennis. If tennis is on, like, I just love to watch fucking sport. You know what I mean? I watch Muay Thai. I watch a lot of jiu-jitsu. I need to see Johnny Walker versus Khalil Roundtree for sure. That would be a sick fight. That would be a sick fight. Ignore the fact I have an immigrant family. I'm new to UFC 5, and no matter how many times I hit someone, they don't get dropped. But when they hit me once clean and I'm wobbled, it's all most of that shit is just to do with stamina. At least if it's the same as UFC 4, it's all to do with stamina. You know what I mean? It's all to do with stamina. But anyway, boys, I appreciate all you boys tuning in. This has been a short little live stream because, fuck, bro, I'm tired as fuck, low key. But I'm going to play all the boys on Sunday. I'm going to play ranked. I'm going to play all the boys. We're going to have a long stream on Sunday. And then obviously when the competition is done, when all that shit's done, we're going to go back to the usual programming with watch parties. And the Sunday streams are going to become a staple. No NFL means Sunday streams are a staple. But I'll